Well, hello again. Here we are at live, and after Zooming this morning, which was pretty fun. It was great to see everybody's faces and hear your voices, and it was a great morning. So, starting on Monday, I believe we'll, instead of going on live, we'll be Zooming. So, that will be good. We will be able to talk and see each other and interact more rather than just us chatting. So, I have a couple questions in math to work on. I'll give it another minute or so that everyone can get on before I start answering them. But I'll start taking notes of what numbers they are. So we have 6, 9, 14, 16, 17, 21, and 23. So if you have any questions on math today, lesson 115, we were going to start with 6, 9, 14, 16, 17, 21, and 23. So you know that if today is lesson 115, you know what that means for Monday, right? That we'll have our test. Yeah. So I'll give it about another minute. Looks like we only have 3 people on right now. So we'll give it just a little bit of time. Did language go good, I hope? It was a fun thing to do. It wasn't just plain simple conjunctions, huh? We actually had to say what we were joining. That made it a little more challenging. But you guys seem to do really good, and I hope it went well. But if you have any questions on the worksheet, 81, it's still right here under my dot cam. So we can answer any of those. Just have your parents text it on JoJo or just text me on my phone, and I will get to it, I hope. Okay, so still only 3 people. Goodness. Is it easier to just watch it afterwards, or are you done with math and don't have questions, or I wonder what it is. I'm going to appreciate being on Zoom during this time because then we can know who's there and what questions you have, so that'll be really neat. We'll get it like another 30 seconds, and then I'll start with number 6. Yeah. I hope to plant flowers this weekend. My front just up in my pots, not my yard yet. Yard needs some help. My garden fell apart, like the wooden box thing that it's a raised bed, I guess it's called. And somehow the weight of the snow and the dirt and gravity force, I guess. And I think it was nails instead of, no, we drilled it with a drill. I don't know. They fell apart and the boards are kind of laying beside it and the dirt's just piled there. I haven't checked to see if the ants are back. I had some ants at the end of the year last year in my garden, and those aren't my favorite. Okay, what insect is my favorite? None. But anyway, hopefully you'll get that worked out or planned, or it was really a simple one. I keep looking on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, to see if there's any, but they're expensive to get a big one and then paying for the dirt. So trying to figure out what to do. I sure want my garden again, though. It'd be nice to have a big garden. My favorite is when we grew potatoes. The kids really seem to like those. Okay, we'll get started on number 6 now. There's still cat hair flying around here, so sorry, guys. Kitty, do you see her? She's the lump right there. Or, let's see, right here. Right there. Do you see that? It was really weird and backwards. She's sitting on the other side of the shade. She crawls under the shades. So she's sitting in the sunshine right now. Silly kitty. Okay, so number 6. The denominator of 9/10 is 10, right? So if we have 9/10, ooh, that doesn't see it all. Let's try another color. Let's try blue. Blue seems to work well. 9/10. Oh, wow, much better. Okay, so 10 is our denominator, right? And so we want to write a fraction equal to 1/2. So equal to 1/2, but having 10 as the denominator. So let's do the first part first. So how does our 2 as a denominator get to be 10? What are we going to multiply it by? Because we need to do it to the top 2 so that it's equal. 2 times what is 10? Right, 5. So we'll put a 5 in the denominator and a 5 up in the numerator. And we know that 2 times 5 is 10. So 1 times 5 is 5. So now we have a fraction that's named as 5/10, but it's equal to 1/2. Now the second part is that they want us to subtract this fraction from the 9/10. So we're going to subtract, boom, subtract sign. So 9 take away 5 is 4/10. But we're not quite done yet because that both numbers are even. 4 is even, 10 is even, which means it can be at least reduced by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So our reduced or simplified fraction from subtracting it all from being equal to 1/2, and the answer is 2/5. Okay, number 6 is done. Gonna look at number 9. Estimate the quotient when 20.8 or 20 8/10 is divided by 6 87/100 by rounding each decimal number to the nearest whole number before dividing. Okay, so we're going to round 20 8/10. So if we want to round to a whole number, we go next door and look at this, and this one's going to talk. So another way to look at it is we know it's going to be at least 20, and the next number is 21, and in half would be 20.5 or 20.5. Is 20.8 going to be found over here, or is it going to be found before half? You're right, it's going to be about right here. So then we know that it will round up to 21. And then our other number was 6. So we'll put 21 in our division house. And our other number was 6.87, I believe. Yeah, 6.87. So once again, if we're rounding here, what's this number going to say? Or we look at our number line, and we know it's going to be greater than 6, and our next whole number is 7. We figure out that 6.5 is in the middle, and if we have 6.8, we know that it's going to be about right there. So then that will be closer to 7. And now we have a simple division fact. 21 can be divided by 7 how many times? 3 is correct. And if we do long division, we find out that it is indeed 3. Okay, let me see if there's any more. Nope, still doing these. So number 14, we are going to look at a shape that mostly looks like that. And then we have these that are telling us these are right angles. It's named DCBA. Okay, let me see. Okay, can you see it now? There, I think that looks better. Okay, so it's asking us, recall that the right angle is sometimes marked with a square corner. Yep, check, talked about that. And then it says both CDA, which CDA is here. CDA is this part. So this is angle CDA. And then it asks us about angle DCB. So this right here is DCB. Okay, so we've identified what we're talking about. Now it asks, are the right angles. Now, which angle appears to be acute? Okay, so obviously the right angled ones aren't, but where'd I put that? Okay, I got the cap and lost the marker. Nice job. Let's try purple. Okay, so that leaves either A or B being the acute one. Remember that acute is how many degrees? Do you remember what that is? Yeah, it's less than 90. So is this less than 90 or is this less than 90? So acute is going to be the one going smaller. It's acute. So it's going towards that Yeah, it would be A, right? So this would be angle DAB. Do you remember when it's bigger than 90? What's that called? Yeah, obtuse. Very good. Okay. Number 14. Let's try a new page. Okay, number 90. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm stuck on right angles. Number 14, right? Yeah. So we have 5/10 times 5/10. So we're just going to multiply our fractions. So we do numerator first. 5 times 5 is 25. Very good. 10 times 10 is 100. Okay, but what did you notice? Yeah, it needs to be reduced a lot. And what did I tell you? That when I see 25s and 100, what does my brain go to? Yeah, quarters and dollars. So I know that 25 is going to go into 100 because 25 cents is quarters and quarters can go into $1. So I know this is going to happen. And if I count 1 quarter is 25, 2 quarters is 50, 3 quarters is 75, and 4 quarters is $1, I know that 25 is my greatest common factor. So we're going to divide each, which 25 divided by 25, 1. And then how many quarters can fit in $1? Or 100 divided by 25 is 4. Super good. We got 1/4. Okay, got that one. Okay, 16. We're going to add a lot of numbers. But what do you remember to do? Some of them have decimals and some of them don't. So if they don't, we need to make sure we know to put that decimal so we can have all our numbers line up correctly. So first of all, we have 3.76. Then we have a 12, but it's a whole number. So we need to pin it behind the whole number right there. And then that other lesson we learned to fill in the spaces that are empty with zeros. Now we have 6.8. And once again, I'm going to fill in this area with my 0. 14.6 and filling it again. Now we have 907. And I'm making sure that it has its own column over here. And then we have 0.61. Now we have 413 and 5/10. So I'm going to fill in my 0 to the hundredths place. And then we have 0.05. Okay, now we should add them up. So 6 plus 1 is 7, plus 5 is 12, right? So we're going to put down our 2 for 12, carry our 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 and 12, 28. Plus 5 is going to be 33. So we'll put down our 3 and carry our 3. Sometimes I take notes when my brain's slow. Brain is slow today. 3 plus 3 is 6, 7, 8. Then I see that 4 plus 6, 10. So I'm going to go 8 plus 10 is 18. Plus 7 is 25, 26, 27, 28. Put down our 8, carry our 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 9 plus 4 is 13. So our answer would be 1,358 and 32 hundredths for number 16. Number 17. 12 minus, and yeah, we need to pin the decimal right behind the whole number. And we're going to subtract 1 and 25 hundredths. Okay, once again, what do we need to do with the empty spaces? Yeah, fill them with 0. Okay, so we have to go all the way over to our number here to be able to subtract. So 10 take away 5 is 5. 9 take away 2, 7. 1 minus 1, 0. 1 minus nothing, 1. So we get the answer of 10 and 75 hundredths for number 17. 21. 500, 964 divided by 14. And I'm thinking about how many times 14 could go into 59. 14 once is 14. 14 twice is 28. Off the top of my head, I don't know what 14 times 3 is, so I'm going to check, and it's 42. Not enough, so I'm going to try 4 to see if that's enough. And let's see, 16, 56. Yeah. So 14 times 4 is 56, which is as close as I'm going to get to 59. So I'm going to put my 4 here, and then 14 times 4 is 56. Subtract 9 minus 6 is 3. That's less than 14. Bring down the 6. Now I noticed that times 3 is 42. That'd be too much, so I'm going to go to 2, which, oh, that went to there, huh? Sorry, 2, which is, I know is 28. So 2 would be 28. We need some subtraction. 16 minus 8 is 8. 0. 8 is less than 14. Doing great. And we'll bring down our 4. There we go. Can you see it now? Okay, so 84 is going to be more than 4 times. So I'm going to try 6 times, because 5, I don't think is enough, but we'll find out, okay? 4 times 6 is 24, carry the 2. Yay, it comes out even. So if we put our 6 here and subtract our 84, we come up with 0. So our answer would be 426. And that was number 21. 23. We have, can you see that? Great, I think you can. We have 7/25, and we want to rename it with 100 as our denominator. So you need to know, hey, 25 times what equals 100? And you know my brain, and 25 and 100, it's quarters, and there's 4 quarters in a dollar. And if I do it to the denominator, I have to do it to the numerator, because 4 fourths equals 1, and 1 doesn't change it, it just renames it. So therefore, 7 times 4 is 28. So our renamed fraction is 28 100ths, though it is exactly equal to 7/25. Okay, that was that last math question. Let me see if there's more. No more math questions. Let's take some English questions. Any English questions out there? Dojo them if you want to, then I can do them. How did spelling test on Dojo go to, or not Dojo, on Spelling City go? Were you able to take it and it gave you a score? I'm going to go look in the teacher file part to see how you guys are doing when I get off of here. Chloe, I think you had a question about whether there was typing.com today. And no, I think we're just going to stick to that about twice a week for the next few weeks. And I'd love to know how that's going too, so let me know. We will be meeting on live, like I said, not on live, but on Zoom on Monday at our same time at 1:30. So just use the same invite that you used for today, this morning. It was great to see you all. Try to be in a quiet place when you're on Zoom, because we can hear the background noise. And if I mute you, that's just because we are having a hard time hearing. So just know that sometimes we get distracted. And so I'll do that. So if I do mute you, though, just keep it that way. Good job, Chloe. So it must have worked well for you. Let's see what else. And, we'll have answer verbal times, and we'll have times where we'll learn how to raise our hand. I think Abby found where that was. There's actually something that makes you look like your hand's raised, and it tells me that your hand is raised. So that's how we can learn how to use it, so that everybody has the best possible learning activity to do. I'm kind of excited to use it because I really enjoyed the talking back and not talking back, but talking back and forth. That was lovely and fun, and to see your faces almost had me in tears. I miss you guys. So that It was a really special time this morning. And yeah. So, are you guys ready for the weekend? Do you guys have big plans outside? It looks like it's going to be a glorious summery day. Okay, just spring, but one can hope, right? Yeah. And Dylan did leave me 2 cookies yesterday. I was actually shocked, but he ate all the spaghetti. So I need to figure out. I haven't had lunch yet, so I don't know what to do. There's no more spaghetti. I don't want to make more, so I need to figure out what to do. PB&J maybe. That would be good. Have some homemade raspberry jam, just enough, I think, to make one more sandwich. So might have to do that. And I have some bananas that are not looking so good, so I need to make my banana bread. Hopefully I'll have time. Yes, weekend finally. Thank you for Chloe for finding a way to chat. That's great. Okay, guys, I'll give it about another minute or two, and then we'll part for this weekend. Get all of your scores in, and I'll get them in the grade book. Oh, thanks, London. I miss you too. I'm just praying that we can get back in May and get back together and have, as Lily put, school in the building. That'll be great. Yeah, that will be. That's what I'm praying for. Okay, guys. Do you mind if I pray? Haven't prayed with you guys for so long. I miss it. Ready? Father God, I just thank you for these kids and their ability to just be able to be at home and do work. And it was great to be in contact with this morning and see all their bright, shiny faces and their smiles. It just blessed my day and blessed my heart, Lord. So I just thank you so much for the opportunity to be together. And Lord, I just pray that they have great weekends, and we'll see each other back on Monday. Lord, bless their days. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Okay, guys. See you on Monday. Love you all.